hi. Welcome to Watch for Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today, watching me from his webcam, just making sure I'm doing all the right things, it's Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Great. How's it going over there, buddy?
It's great. Of course, I'm referencing Jax and his constant creepy behavior on the Valley, which we are recapping today. Before we dive into that, a few really fun things. First of all, Love Island is back. We just recorded a free bonus episode about the premiere. It's going to be here on our Crappens feed. It should probably already be up. And it's a preview of basically what you can hope to get all summer with Love Island, our Love Island coverage on Patreon, where we're going to go on there and just do a chatty recap of the latest episode. So if you are interested in that coverage, go to patreon.com/watchforcrappens and sign up on the bonus episode level, and you get the bonus episodes, which is what Love Island is. And of course, if you do the Crappens on Demand level, you actually get to see us as well for not just those, but for this right now, what you're hearing. So go check that out. We had so much fun talking about Love Island. I think it's going to be a really good season. We had a lot of laughs. Also, in about a week, we have our show in Seattle, June 12th at the Neptune. We're recapping the season premiere of Real Housewives of Miami. If you want to come see us, and you should, go to watchforcrappens.com and you'll find links to get your tickets. Come with the group, come on your own, do what you want to do. If you come alone, don't worry about it. You'll meet lots of friends. Solo things are fun. They're fun to do. You listen to us on your own probably, so you can listen to us live on your own. But we're going to have a great time. And then the week after that is going to be Los Angeles for the grand finale of the Mounting Hysteria tour. That's going to be at the Fonda Theater on June 19th. So we really look forward to seeing you at those shows. We're going to have a great time. Let's send it out in style. Let's be big and rowdy and have the best time of our lives. And that's basically
These are the best times of our lives, after all.
Because right now we're in our Vanderpump Rules era, and soon you'll wind up in your Valley era.
Yeah. God,
if you ever want to see what Chapter 2 looks like, it's the Valley.
It is a depressing era over there. God,
I love it.
Damn.
Oh my God. It's such a good show. I'm really sad. And I hate to talk about shows on Bravo having not great ratings, because I like to look the other way, and I don't like to lead with negativity. But the Valley's ratings have actually dropped this season, and are people just not able to take on the acid of the show right now, because I think it's great. I think there's so much going on with all the characters, and it is like intense and it can be depressing, but I also think this is like what we want in a reality show. We want like lots of different people engaging in different ways all together. So I think it's kind of like having an A+ season.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're not doing too bad. I mean, the last season was 400,000 people, which isn't great. Obviously, but that's about what like Salt Lake City gets. That's what it's a little under, below deck. It's Love Hotel went a little bit above that, which is nice to see. That's getting a little higher. So who knows? And,
numbers aren't the full story anymore. This is not the way it was in like the 90s, 80s, or the 2000s. Now they really care a lot more about like quote unquote chatter. And I think the show does have a lot of that. But I think the Valley it can be kind of a tough, it's not a hard watch. It's easy to watch it, but you do kind of feel like, ooh, like heavy shit comes out of it. But I think I would rather that than to see sort of like aimless manufactured drama. And I think the show is just like, it's great. And by the way, congratulations to Jasmine for finally having a storyline. It took a season and a half, but you're there. You made it. You have a conflict with someone. Congratulations.
That's not Danny, so that's nice. That whole thing. I can't take any more of that. So I'm glad that we've at least moved on to just calling Janet a Karen and being done with it.
For now. Looks like it's back next week. Just saying.
But also Jasmine's showing kind of her crazier side. Anyone who watched The Bachelor with Jasmine or any of those Bachelor shows knows the like frantic Jasmine side where she's like, yeah, you know. And they've been posting the clip of when she was on with Nick Viall when he was The Bachelor. And she's like, yeah, you know, Nick, I really wanted to go on a group date, but like you didn't have me on the group date. So I was like, it's just over here. Like I was pissed. Like I was like, I wanted to kill you. You know what I mean? Like not seriously, but like I wanted to kill you. Like I wanted to strangle you. You want me to strangle you? You want me to do it right now? And she starts strangling him and he's like, whoa. And so I'm glad that people are starting to see cracked out Jasmine because that is kind of how she gets. when she's like in this episode, where it's like, no. She just starts getting, that's why I do it like that. Someone says, why do you talk when you do like Jasmine, why do you do it like that? I'm like, because I saw The Bachelor and that's how she does it. She just gets like this. She's like, I really don't know what to do. I don't really appreciate it. That's how she gets. She gets so worked up, and she did that in this episode, and it was so fucking funny to me. Like, there she is.
Who is the Jasmine purist out there who is like, I have some notes about this impersonation?
I barely do one, but when I do, it's that. It's like, oh my God. But yeah, someone was like, she's not like that. Oh, yes, she is. You need to go back in history. Nick, she had some, did you see? I'm sorry, I'm talking so much already.
Please, bring it all on.
But I haven't talked to you about this. You were gone last week. Did you see that Nick had Janet on his podcast? Because he hates Janet, apparently, on his show. And so he was like, and if you ever want to defend yourself, feel free to come on my show. So, of course, she did, because she's fucking Janet. So he had Janet on, and Janet's like, I'm just like super misunderstood. And the reason Danny like made me feel uncomfortable is because he'd already put his hands on a woman and then he closed the closet door. I was like, okay, so you were saying it was some kind of like assault thing with you. So whatever. But anyway, he was like, but I mean, at what point do we let it go? Like, do I still get to be traumatized by Jasmine? Because I could still be traumatized by Jasmine. And I was like, wow. He brought back the golden oldie from The Bachelor of Jasmine string.
Right. He had a Jasmine card he could play.
That's impressive, Nick Vile. Jasmine card from like 7 years ago. Wow.
That's, what? Sometimes you hold on to a card for a long time and you wait for that moment, and the moment comes and you play it, and it's spectacular. So good job, Nick. You did it.
We're both card holders, I think, you and I.
I know. But the thing is, I always play my card at the wrong time. I either play it right away, or I forget that I have it, and then I'm like, wait, can we go back so I can play my card?
I'll wait 20 years, and then I'll play it like at a theme park when everyone's in a good mood. And I've just had a couple drinks, and I'm like, do you remember what you did to me in October of 22?
Well, I could have said the same thing about Misha Barton. Like, aha. Yes, there was something else I was going to say. Oh, I was going to say this. Mom, I'll wait for the appropriate time in the show. Wait, there's something. I want to play a card. There's a card that we were supposed to play. We were supposed to play at this card 2 weeks ago, and we forgot to. We never really talked about the fact that we went to Pinky's in Las Vegas. I know you probably weren't expecting to talk about this right now, so as long as we're talking about
I thought we did.
We didn't know. We mentioned it, and then we said, oh, well, let's talk about it on the Valley. And so, like, yes, let's talk about it in the Valley. And then when the Valley came, we forgot to mention it. But we went to Pinky's in Las Vegas, which is Lisa Vanderpump's new restaurant in the Flamingo. And it was... Are
you going to come for Pinky's? I'm surprised. I didn't know that you had such a distaste.
It was just so Lisa Vanderpump. And so in many ways, I really liked it. I liked the way it looked. I like the vibe in there. But Jesus, not everything needs to have berries on it. And this is not even me coming from a place of, I hate berries. Every single cocktail was like strawberry or raspberry. Every single one. You could not get anything that was not strawberry or raspberry. We got the goat cheese balls because, of course, goat cheese balls. And they come with like a strawberry honey. I'm like, why? Why a strawberry honey with the goat cheese balls? Everything. And by the way, goat cheese balls, I thought they were not very good. They were
overwhipped.
Dry. They were
Yeah, they were overwhipped.
Like that. But the espresso martini I thought was very good.
That was delicious. I mean, that comes with like a brownie cookie thing on top with a little tiny piece of cheesecake, that tricolor cheesecake, whatever, Neapolitan cheesecake on top. Delicious.
Yes, it did.
I had 2 of those. Those were great.
They did not have the 3 beans, by the way, which we learned on Below Deck is like you have to have the 3 beans on an espresso martini. So
and I asked, I said, why don't you have the 3 beans? And they're like, oh yeah, some people really like that, but you don't have to. And I was like, yeah, you do. And I said, how many people have talked to you about it? And they're like, a lot of people say it. I'm like, yeah, so just do it. Like,
what are you bucking tradition for at Pinky's?
Oh yeah, it's like a weird place to make a stand. They're like, we chose cheesecake over the 3 beans, and I said, okay, I choose cheesecake too. But then I need 3. Maybe that was the 3 colors on the cheesecake.
Yeah, All the drinks were oversized in a hilarious way. There was a Bloody Mary that I wish I had gotten, and that was enormous and had all sorts of contraptions in it. I think the first thing I got was some sort of margarita. It was a spicy margarita that had no trace of spice whatsoever. And it was fine, but it was sweet because it's, Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant. Decor was cool. Like lots of like golden accents, lots of, or I should say brassy accents. Art Deco, but
very
with like
great
lots of florals. Yes. But then, of course, since it's Lisa Vanderpump, the hosts, these two guys stand with like black blazers at this like desk, and they have like sequins on the shoulders, which is just so like gaudy Vanderpump. And they had the guy who sat I was there before you, right? And so the guy who sat us, he had such attitude. He looked like, what was Carmen Electra's ex's name? Dave Navarro. He's like Dave Navarro in like a tacky black blazer with sequins. And I was like, could I get like, I just want to get drinks. He's like, I was like, can we get a table? He's like, no. I was like, okay.
There's two people in here, and they're both wearing fucking Spanx as outfits. So
it's like 4:30 p.m. So then he's like, there's seats at the bar. It's like, fine. So we go, there were no seats at the bar. So he was lying, but whatever. It was worth it because he was so ridiculous. And then we eventually got the seats. But yeah, I think like I would rank it. I think
the opening garden, I'm not done with this review, so you can rank it in a second. The opening garden thing was really pretty. You walk in and it's like a green room. It's all glass and it goes, the ceiling is all glass and it's very pretty. And they have the fake greenery and all that. So that's very Lisa Vanderpump. I really like that. I loved all the interiors too. Here was my main problem with it. When you go to one of her places in West Hollywood, you've got like tourists there, but you've also got like West Hollywood people. I don't know. You've still got like people making an effort, probably too much effort. You've got a bunch of crazy face people. There's good people watching is what I'm saying. When you go into the one at the Flamingo, you've got Flamingo people straight up. Sorry. That's it. I don't want to look at someone going out looking like Guy Fieri on purpose, sitting in the middle of this like glamorous place. It's weird to me.
But there still were like this strange, like Lisa Vanderpump, like elder gays that were there. Like I was like, wow.
That's true.
There were these two guys. They basically looked like Siegfried and Roy, R.I.P. to one of them. And then they just like holding little dogs, like having this like a scarf around the neck, like sunglasses with like bejeweled sunglasses, spiky hair, some sort of like flowy garment. It was hilarious.
And then we were there for the EDM festival or whatever, the Electric Daisy Festival, whatever that was. And so there were a lot of gays in like full on glitter top to bottom. And so, yeah, you're right. That did make it a little bit better. But I mean, I thought it was okay. The crab dip was decent, a little too fishy, but it is crab. And then what else did I have? We had that like little sushi type thing. Remember? Like the little,
I think we like that, right?
Crispy rice. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
It was fine. It was fine.
For a $25 drink, I mean, it better be fucking good. And it had a cheesecake, so I forgave it.
All the drinks were expensive. My biggest no was just that like every single cocktail had some fruity element to it. There was nothing, you couldn't get like a dry cocktail. You couldn't get
There's no fruitier place on earth, my friend.
They really took the theme of pinkies all the way to the cocktails, and it kind of made me go bonkers. But I would say I think it was like, I still think, hot take, I still think Tom Tom is the best of the Vanderpump bars. And then Pump is gone. So I guess this would be number 2, right? Then
I think so. Yeah. Gardens. I haven't been to Tom Tom in a long time, so I don't know if they've gone downhill or what. I haven't gone there since they opened around opening time.
I haven't been
for sure since then. Okay, so let's get to this episode.
Thank you for indulging that. Yes.
No, it was good to talk about. That was a good weekend. I enjoyed the whole weekend.
It's a great weekend. Yeah. I just felt like we needed to address that, but now
I also went to the Cromwell Hotel, which is going to be the new Lisa Vanderpump Hotel in Vegas. So I wanted to see what it was like. I went to gamble there with my sissy for a few hours. Actually, I loved it, and I can see how it's going to be the Lisa Vanderpump Hotel. It's like a little boutique hotel, and all the walls are like leather. Mm-hmm. What do you call those buttons you put in? Tufted. They're like tufted leather and then big crystal chandeliers. And I think they're just my guess is they're going to redo all the carpet pink. And then they're going to put up like, instead of that red tufted leather, it'll be like pink and black tufted leather and then keep the chandeliers. I mean, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
For her.
Love it.
For her.
Love
if you want to live in a pink lady, you know, whatever. While you're there, you have a place.
Well, let's move from the glitz and glamour of the flamingo and the Cromwell and go to the shambles of these people's lives over in the San Fernando Valley. So we start with it's parents and kids scenes. So we see Jesse, who is, you know, great, thankfully very limited this episode. He's driving Isabella somewhere and he's like, Isabella, I got all sorts of cheeses. I got string cheese and mozzarella cheese and I got booty cheese. She's like, no, not booty cheese. Oh, and your mom got slutty whore cheese, or she calls it cheese.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called that slutty whore cheese. I should have just called that lying, cheating cheese. I'm a changed person now. So then we go to Brittany, who spends this episode mostly worried about boogers and Cruz's nose. Comes up a few times. So let me look up your nose. She's also doing that laugh the whole time, and it's in full Betty and Wilma.
You're a cool guy. You're a cool booger. Then we see Janet, and she has a cloth. I guess the only toys that Janet has gotten her baby are some sheer pieces of fabric, because I feel like that's all we see all episode. At various times, we go back to their low hooded house, and she's sort of swirling around like this sheer colored fabric in front of the baby. And so she's doing that, and the baby seems unimpressed. And then
she's going to be all upset when her baby just has a dream of getting a spot at the Magic Castle. And you're going to fucking wonder why. And she also has one of those things that's like a miniature ball pit that the mommy sits in and the baby sits in. Get the fuck out of my ball pit. This isn't for
you.
You.
Baby only zone.
Baby's
baby only.
Ball pit. Get the fuck out of here.
You stay on the side where you belong, in the adult zone.
Yeah, go make your shitty fucking casseroles. Okay, that's your ball pit. That's the adult ball pit. And how about you go soak Fritos in something and leave us alone?
And why don't you get a real toy, not just some sheer fabric? You know, the old classic keychain, the big keychain on the hoop that the babies put in their mouth. Like, what about that? That's a classic, not fabric. This child's not going to Cirque du Soleil.
She's taking advantage of that 10-year going out of business sale at Joann's.
I think the ones near us have gone out. They're done.
I know. I heard that they're finally out, and I still don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see one like smoldering. You know what I mean? Because they've been going out of business for literally 10 years. I don't believe you, Joann's. I don't believe you.
I feel like we really failed as a society on the Joann's front. Like, how did we let that happen? How did we just let that one just fall through the cracks? I mean, I feel like we rallied for Red Lobster. You know, we got what's his face with the clock to Flava Flav. He saved Red Lobster, right? So where was the celebrity outreach for Joann's? I feel like we this is something that, like, you know who should have saved it? Ben Affleck's ex. What's her name again? Jennifer Garner. I feel like she should have saved Joann's. It seems like it would be
really
like her. Yeah, I feel like it would have been her in her like wheelhouse.
Do they even sell the kind of fabrics that Americans use anymore? Because I feel like Joann's fabric sells things like cotton or like chartreuse or like something stupid. Like they don't sell things that we wear now, like things that are made out of a garden hose, you know? Because I bought some like more modern clothes from like Marshalls or Old Navy or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, I got a coffee drip on here. And then I go like this and it just slides right off. I don't know if it's plastic. I don't know if it's what you make surfboards out of, plexiglass. What is it? Fiberglass?
Gore-Tex or cement.
I think clothes now are just made out of something magic.
So I had to get some waterproof sneakers. We're never going to get through this recap, and I don't even care. Well, I had to get some waterproof sneakers for my little Norway trip. And so the waterproof sneakers are all like made out of Gore-Tex. And the waterproof sneakers are so stupid because
Gore-Tex?
They have like a Gore-Tex. A lot of them have like a
What's
Gore-Tex.
That?
That's like the waterproof material. And so like, I think it was like the Nikes or one of the brands. It's like, they literally write Gore-Tex so big on the side. I'm like, why would I wear a sneaker that says Gore-Tex loudly on the side of it? Who designed that? Janet?
Probably. I got some on Facebook that the advertisement is water being sloshed down on them. Why would I need waterproof? I don't know. But I was like, those are on sale. So I got them. And my feet sweat so badly. Because
that's the thing, like, you have to be careful.
Yeah. So I've worn them 2 times. Bye.
Yeah,
I'm sending them back.
They're not breathable. They're not breathable.
They're not breathable. I almost died. My feet almost died. They like literally died.
You know what you should do next time? Wrap your feet up in some sheer fabric from Janet's house. And they'll breathe all you want.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial. So now we go over to Sheena. Sheena's on the show now, you guys. She's doing such an amazing time. And just in case you've been wondering what Sheena's been up to, enchilada time. Auntie's enchiladas.
The enchiladas are back. So everyone's there and having a good time there. We see, by the way, Jared, who is he's the gay. He's one of Janet's gays, who last season, remember when she was on the phone, the two gays were in the background, Simon and Jared, and they were like, oh my God, they were like, whatever.
Yeah, it's her two eels from the Little Mermaid who just come by and like, you're so fabulous. You are hilarious. You are so right, Janet. You are so right. World peace could come through casseroles. You are so right. Janet.
So Janet says that Jax has been texting her all day. And Brittany's like, oh God. And she says, yeah, he just says, hey, you guys okay? And I said, yeah, we're okay. I mean, we're dealing with our own stuff, but proud of you for staying in there. And Brittany's like, oh, please, God, I hope he stays in rehab. God, I'm so over it.
It's like, yeah, I think I was holding out a lot of hope the rehab would help him. I still wanted him to fight for me a little bit, just a little bit, but he didn't. And so Brock asked Brittany how she's feeling, and she's numb. I can't even focus on things right now. I got so much going on. I just got so much going on.
I'm just numb right now, but I think that has more to do with that plastic surgery I had last year. I still can't really smile that much. Can't really feel things around my lips, but that's okay. I'm holding out hope they'll feel something soon.
He stole my smile. He stole my smile.
He stole my smile. Brittany I would hate to say this to someone in general, but for Brittany, I'm going to say this. Stop holding out hope. Because every episode, she's like, I was really holding out hope that this would fix things. Every single thing. She's always like, I was holding out hope that we could figure out cold fusion. It's like, no, stop holding out hope for things that are never going to happen. Okay?
Hope is a dangerous word. Hopelessness is not great either. So I'm not saying we should all be hopeless, but I would prefer action to hope. Hope doesn't do shit. When people run their political thing and they're like, hope, and like Obama did that years ago. And of course I voted for Obama, but I was like, hope, really? How about action? How about fix the potholes? That's what you should run. I don't want hope. Okay. I didn't even like her on Days of Our Lives. Fix the pot. I'm going to say the same thing I told you. I'm going to say the same thing to you. I told the Hope from Days of Our Lives. Fix the potholes and stop crying.
I did love that storyline on Days when she went out there on the streets and just filled in potholes. She's like, I hope I can make an impact on the streets. You're like, damn it. Hope floats. It's more like hope sinks. Okay. It sinks your life.
Hope sinks. Hope lies. Hope lies to you. Okay.
So Brittany is saying you know what, Jax, you're just going and signing this lease without talking to me and knowing that I still had this rental home for 2.5 more months. I really just screwed me over. And yes, he did. And she just says that she just needs to move on. She goes, I need to move on. I know I deserve better. If only you actually would move on instead of. I'm not even going to say that because it sounds like I'm blaming Brittany, and she does not deserve the blame here. He's the real fucker in this situation. I just want her to stop holding out hope about Jax because she keeps on saying she's holding out hope.
Stop holding out hope.
She's getting so close. She's getting so close. And we can see, we know that next episode, it looks like she's finally going to inch towards that divorce, but it's been hard all season watching her saying that she's going to hold out hope. Stop holding out the hope.
Yeah. There's no changing that. So, now we go outside. They go outside. And, the kids are swimming and stuff. And so Janet and Brock and Brittany are all talking. And Janet's like, wow, you guys, last night was so heavy. I mean, it was just bam, 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 bam. It's a shark party, right? Am I right, guys? It was I was attacked. I was so attacked last night. I'm traumatized by it. I'm never going to recover from this. They could have killed my future baby. Do you know that? I could get pregnant and the trauma from last night could possibly, they're trying to kill my future baby.
I bought a Baby Ruth from the supermarket, and I swear it melted in my hands because they destroyed it just with everything they were saying. Baby Ruth is dead.
And Brock's like, is that your old version of fun? Just going at each other? Oh God, I love Brock. I love Brock being so above it all. You're still skirting around the edges like a fucking snail cleaning the side of a fish tank. So shut the fuck up.
Brock, stop moralizing. You come from Vanderpump Rules. Okay, this is your bread and butter. So Brittany is like, by the way, I have a question. Since I wasn't here last week, did you like Lala on last week's episode, or did you not like Lala?
I never want Lala back on my TV again. I don't need her. Of course, she was yelling at the right person, so that's fine. Bring back Sheena, leave Lala at the side. I don't need Lala showing up there to just tell people off. Like, I've had enough. How about you?
I have to... I actually liked Lala last week because it was the Lala using her powers for good. So I liked her yelling at Jesse, and I appreciated that. And
it was nice to see, but it's also like taking the most obvious stance. It's like, here I am showing up to get the most obvious stance. By the way, I moved down the streets, so hire me for this fucking show. I have rent to pay. Bye.
Yeah, seriously. By the way, also, since we're at Sheena's house, I love how Sheena's new house in the Valley is like every other castmate's house in the Valley. It's the same freaking layout. Door, central hallway, kitchen here, living room here, staircase right there. I mean, it is shocking how they just all keep buying the same house from each other.
Yeah, it's nice, but that's like a $3 million house. I mean, that's an expensive house.
Listen,
I was like,
she got the Uber Eats commercial money now.
The Uber Eats ain't paying you $3 million. Are they?
Well, at least you're going to get enough for the down payment.
Yeah. Well,
just get yourself in the door, and then you'll just hope to figure out the rest.
Yeah. So Brittany's like, well, I was having fun until the cameras left. Like, I feel like that's all of your lives. So what happened after the cameras left? Janet's like, I don't know. Where do we even begin? The year was 1920. Everything's in black and white. I'm the only one in a nice pressed dress. It has polka dots. All right.
Picture it. Sicily, 1942. It's like, okay, Janet. So she goes, well, at Brittany's shark party after filming ended, Sheena was talking to Zach, and she mentioned Jared, and Zach said some pretty horrible things. I can't even repeat what he said. Like, why don't you just say, like, he should just go fuck himself? I mean, I'd just be a little nicer and not so wildly offensive. So this is why I mentioned that Jared was there, because it turns out there was a whole saga there was some gay violence between Zach and Jared. That is, they don't really care to illuminate. They don't even flash Jared on the screen so we even know who Jared is, because I had to actually rewind. I was like, was that Jared the guy before? And I was like, okay, that was Jared. They just have some lazy backstory about
why would Zach like that queen anyway? Because he's always one of Janet's minions coming after Zach. So he did it last year. So why would Zach be nice to this guy? Now, God knows what Zach said, because Zach's mouth is bad. I'm guessing Zach called him the F word.
That's what I'm thinking also.
Because they're acting like, oh my God, what Zach said, I won't even repeat it. It's horrible. Like, it is, I will never recover from this. Janet's doing her whole thing. And I think that he probably said the F word, is my guess.
That's what I think. And poor Jared's probably watching at home like, oh my God, it's happening. I'm in the storyline. And they don't even cut to him or explain what the fight was about or really anything. It's just, we know that Zach went off on someone.
Yeah, I think the producers are like, no, Jared. The nice try, Jared. Okay, we've already made the mistake of opening the Janet floodgate, but she's not getting you in here too. We're not getting a friend of casserole.
No. So Brock's like, well, Zach was crying to Sheena, and then Sheena said something about Jared. And then Brittany's like, well, he thinks that I'm always picking their side over his side. Like, I'm with Zach a lot. Like, I love him a lot. So I don't know why it feels that way. And I think that, like, why he was saying, like, you're a bad friend. Like that last night, like, when he texted me, like, I was thinking of a bad friend. Like, I'm not picking sides, okay? Because I think they're all pretty cool guys, okay?
Yeah. So then we go to Kristen and Luke's new place, and Zach's over there, and he's like, well, I think what I said was Jared can go fuck himself. I think. She says I said something more aggressive, but you know me. It's like I black out, And then Brittany, of course, came out, and she was like, you said something so bad. And, and it's, it's just terrible. Like, I can't believe it. She was like so aggressive with me. And I was just like,
And then Zach has actually kind of an amazing confessional where he goes, I'm sorry, is hyperbole dead? I was like, it's about time someone said this on Bravo. For crying out loud. After Janet, claimed that she was getting murder threats because Zach posted that thing about Big Bear last year. Like, I'm sorry, I need to do hyperbole, okay? Because Brittany knows me. Like, if I'm talking and I'm angry, nothing I'm saying is out of pocket or out of whatever. Like, I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just being hyperbolic, okay? Can we just get out of it? Like, there's no threats going on.
Listen, when I say I'm going to murder a fagito burrito, does that mean I'm going to do it? No. Maybe I'm putting an actual burrito in a microwave.
Kristen's like, yeah, seriously, that would trigger me. If she came up to me and said, what did you say? Or like, what did you do? I'd be like, how about ask them? I mean, stop fucking asking me how I started. Shoulder roll, Mariposa.
Yeah, and the producer's like, I don't think anyone in this group knows what hyperbole is. He's like, whatever, I'm going to teach them. Okay, America, here's a word, hyperbole. There, look it up. I'm not going to teach you after all. It's not my job to educate you, you stupid fajitas. Okay.
I just want you to be aware that this word exists, and it's up to you to discover it. And like, guess what? If people don't know what hyperbole means, they're definitely not going to go look it up.
They're not going to look.
Just going to say it right now. They're not going to be like, wait a second. No one's going to be going around. So I learned a new word last night when I was watching The Valley on Bravo. It's called hyperbole. Have you ever even heard of it? Or maybe it's hyperbole. I'm not sure.
I used to think it was hyperbole for the longest time. Me too. I also said macabre for a long time. It's still hard to let go of. Yeah, it's still hard to let go of. Yeah, so it's macabre. It's words that I read in books a lot, but I never have to say them out loud because I'm not doing a book on tape. So I just don't know. And then I hear them in real life and I'm like, they're saying that wrong. It's macabre.
It's like how for some reasons, there's apropos. But for some reason, somewhere in the past year or so, I started saying apropos, and I don't know why I've done it.
You better watch your goddamn hyperbole around me. We have children in this house.
So Zach is like, sometimes I just feel like Brittany doesn't hear me, which is crazy because I'm the loudest person on this cast, always yelling. But I'm just gonna be there, okay? I'm not always gonna be there, okay? Kristen's like,
yeah, he says that Brittany thinks that no matter what she does, he's just gonna always stick around. And Kristen's like, yeah, I'm wearing a hat that says Valley Mentality, by the way. So you know what? Here's how you feel. You feel like she just doesn't fucking care, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I really figured that one out. It's like, yeah, that's it. And he goes, when I moved to LA by myself, Brittany was the only person I knew. And to me, that's like my family. Oh my God, I can't believe that's my only family out here. That's terrible. Anyway, I definitely have missed having that connection. And sometimes I feel like I've lost a part of myself because I don't have her in the way I used to have her. And I don't know, things are just a different. Sorry, I'm trying to cry right now. Okay. Different.
So he's going to have a big talk with Brittany, which he's not going to win anyway. Brittany's just going to straddle the fence. And if she has to choose, she's not choosing you. She's going to choose the other people because to her, you're the person who moved to be on TV. I think Jax disrespects Brittany because he has a whole host of psychoses, let's face it. Okay. And one of them is just a general, I think, disrespect for women. Duh. But I think another level to the Jax and Brittany thing is I think he looks at Brittany as the one who moved to be on TV. She got with him to be on TV. He allowed her in his mind. He got with her and gave her dreams, which was to be on TV. So she's always going to owe him something in her mind. And I think that she transfers that onto Zach. It's like, yeah, you may have been my best friend, but ultimately it got you this TV job. And these other people are actually TV people. So you're always going to come in second.
That's an interesting theory. And I think that part of that could definitely be true. And I think there's just the general, it's the plight of the gay sidekick. The gay sidekick. That's just what happens is that ultimately
it's true.
You're just kind of people just assume well, you're the gay sidekick, so you'll still be here.
And it's kind of the best of the best worlds and the worst of the worst worlds, right? Because then when you get in a fight with people, it's the girl wants you to be on her side because you're the gay bestie, so you can fight the guy. But then when you get in a fight with the girl, it's you can't talk to me like that. I'm a girl. There's a whole dynamic with guy and gay besties and girlfriends. at play.
And also, like, when you're the gay sidekick, you have to like receive all of the girl's drama in her life, and then the moment she like winds up getting married to some guy, she just is gone. And you're like, oh, okay, so I just like received all this drama, and now you're just not in my life. Like, you're gone. Okay, I'm just lost another straight person to marriage. And
yeah, it can be like the buffer, right? You're like always there to be the buffer when you're needed, and then discarded when you're not. Discarded. The plight of the gay, you know.
Gay
but then that's also a part of the gay sidekick, like learning to grow up and not always substitute other things in your life with this drama from somebody else's relationship, you know. But it's journey, and Zach's still a fairly young person with white lipstick, so you know he'll get here on his own time.
He's about to hatch out of his, you know, he's still just like a little gay caterpillar, and he's going to go into his cocoon soon, which is,
he's going to hatch out of that helmet of head, helmet of hair, into a very strong
on his forehead. And he'll be soon a gay butterfly who won't need the Britneys of the world.
We've all been there, you know, there's a healthy balance there at some point down the line. You know, we all learn to be proper friends to each other. You guys, let's hug. Just kidding. It's the Valley. Let's not hug. So Kristen's like, we're talking to Brittany. Oh. So then we go back to enchilada party.
Yeah, and Janet's like, can I vent about yesterday? It was like, well, I guess we're not gonna. You're gonna do it anyway, so don't even ask. And then Janet is like making jokes about like, oh, Jason, do you have your wedding ring on? And he's like, I mean, and so she goes, Kristen, in a roundabout way, told us that she heard from Jasmine that Jason goes to bars and takes. Are you listening to me, or are you just putting more enchiladas in the oven? Sorry, these need to melt. Strict instructions.
It's my thing, so try not to be distracted that I'm putting what I call composed casserole together, okay? While you talk about your story.
So anyway, Janet just tells Sheena about this whole ring thing. And Jason's like, you know me, I'm like out at LAX bars just picking up flight attendants or something. I'm like, wait, is that where that happens, at LAX bars?
Yeah, I know. He got really specific. So there's a couple weird things going on. She's all of a sudden way too defensive about this if it wasn't true. Because I think how she dealt with it, I don't like Janet, but I think how she dealt with it initially was perfect. She was like, oh, really? You really think this guy's cheating on me? I'm following him. Like, I'm tracking him. He's not cheating on me. You're not going to beat me on this. Like, you fucking idiot. And then it disarmed Kristen, and she was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. I heard it, and I got mad at you, and that's why I said it. And then it was over. Mm-hmm. And then they even asked Jasmine about it. She's like, whoa. I mean, I heard it. I didn't believe it, but I heard it. But I didn't believe it, but I heard it. But I didn't believe it. So, I don't know. Don't blame me. And so it was over. And I thought she actually handled it in a pretty decent way. But of course, Janet decides she's going to go get a ton more mad. And then she's going to go home and power up Jason, put the batteries in Jason, put on his fatigue dockers, and send him to war.
Yes. So she's like, I'm both impressed and annoyed with how good Kristen is at creating distractions and filling up bullshit in a room to distract from the truth. And now you're going to have people talking about Jason and what kind of husband he is, and if he's going to bars and being shady. And what are we not talking about? Danny going to bars and being shady.
No, you are talking about that. You've talked about it every fucking week, Janet. You haven't stopped talking about it, and we need something new to talk about. And since all you want to talk about is what a piece of shit everyone else's husband is, why don't we jump on yours? Mm-hmm. Why not? Everyone else's free game. You're fine calling that a dude an alcoholic. He's got little kids at home and doing it. So shut up, Janet. You don't get to play that game. You don't get to play that card. And also she's too defensive, and him like very specific about LAX bars. Now I think there is something fishy. Before
He's like, I mean, what? You think I'm just going to LAX bars and parking in spot 27C and talking to Jan, the bartender back there, and ordering, old fashions and telling people my name is Roger? I mean, come on now.
Hiding in the bathroom with Southwest stewardesses? Come on, me? Come on. Do I come home with peanuts in my mouth sometimes? Sure.
Did I accidentally have a pair of wings pinned to my lapel? Yes.
So Sheena's like, and also Janet says something. Let me go back to this part. Janet says, Kristen said in a roundabout way that she heard from Jasmine that Jason goes to bars and stuff. So she did say it was Did Kristen say it was Jasmine? Who said it was Jasmine? I don't even remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember. I watched the episode last week, but I just don't remember the specific. I don't remember how.
I remember she confronted Jasmine, and I remember Kristen saying that she had heard it from other people, but I didn't know that it was specifically Jasmine. But then I guess she did confront Jasmine because this week, well, we'll get to it when it happens. But this week, it sounds like it wasn't even Jasmine. So, my God.
Yeah, it's all confusing.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So Sheena's like, yeah, well, Jasmine didn't even come today because of you, which means I have an extra enchilada if anyone wants it. And Jason's like, I mean, here's the thing. Jasmine made this shit up. And then, like, she told Kristen because she wanted to get back at Janet for whatever reason to get Janet for. And now that Kristen said it, she's scrambling for ways to say she didn't just make it up. And just like, that's not my friend. She's like, yeah, well, if Jason ever took off his ring, I'd probably be like, he'd probably be like, I've had like a little bit too much sodium and today, like, my fingers are swelling, you know? Sodium.
Oh, gosh. Also, people noticed on Reddit, the eagle-eyed people of Reddit noticed that if you watch the opening sequence, he's not wearing his wedding ring. Like in the original preview, which I thought was funny. So Janet's like, well, Kristen knows him. And Jason's like, yeah, you know, at first I laughed it off, but then Janet told me I shouldn't just laugh it off. So now I'm very upset because she told me to be. And Janet's like, yeah, because we went to see my mom yesterday and we were just like laughing it off. Like, can you believe that Kristen said this? And my mom was like, what? You laughed it off? Kill her. Kill her and all her future stock. No one says that about my daughter. So I'm like really upset now. She upset my mother. She could have murdered my mother. Jasmine literally tried to kill my mother yesterday.
My mother was so mad. She was like, have you hit your head one too many times on your low-hanging hood over your stove? Because you should be mad right now. And then I realized, wait a second, I should be mad right now. And then I told Jason, you should be mad right now. So guess what? We're all mad right now.
Yeah, so she woke up and she's like, I'll take it from Kristen because she's crazy, but I won't take it from Janet or from Jasmine. She's supposed to be my friend. She didn't bring it up on camera. All this time, she could have brought it up on camera to be messy with you. She did not do that. And if she was just gossiping with her friends, all of you do that. That's what you're literally doing right now. So, zip.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's time to eat enchiladas. And then we go to the beach. And Janet and Jason are walking along with a metal detector. I feel like there's got to be a metaphor in there somewhere. Looking for his ring. I don't know. They find a bottle cap. And Janet's like, oh my God, I love this. This is the Dave and Buster's Janet. She loves finding bottle caps in the sand. I'm going to keep it because I'm
just
wacky.
Me, wacky Janet, doing wacky things on the beach, even though her mother was almost murdered yesterday. So Brittany comes and everyone just starts arriving. Michelle brings the new crazy-eyed boyfriend. That guy looks like he was made by Pixar.
He's had a lot of honey. He's been having a lot of honey. We are here.
And so now they talk about Jasmine, and Brittany's like, well, I told Jasmine y'all want an apology and stuff, and she's just not here for it. She said that she's going to double down. That's what she's going to do. And Janet's like, oh, double down. Do you want me to find two of my mothers to murder? Great.
And we see 2 nights ago at Jax's, Jasmine telling Brittany, she's getting nothing from me. You know why? Because I heard it from a bunch of other people. Who am I going to go to Hurdle and be like, oh, Jason's taking off his ring? Because it didn't matter to us. Okay. It did not matter to me because I needed to use it strategically. Okay. And that was not the right time to do it.
And then Brittany's like, I'm not sure why people got issues with Janie. She's always been there for me, no matter what, you know. I mean, I don't see her as a big drama starter. You know, everybody else does, but that's just not the friendship I have with her. Yeah, Brittany, where have I heard this before? Why is everybody mean to Jax? Why does everybody say horrible things to Jax? He's nice to me. He doesn't do this stuff to anybody else. It always comes back to you. You can be friends with these horrible fucking people because they're nice to you. They're using you. Do you understand?
I don't know. I like her a lot. She always brings me bottle caps and stuff from the beach for my little bottle cap collection.
It's funny because I always got empty bottles around the house.
So she's like, but by the way, okay, she didn't even think it was true. Jasmine doesn't even think it's true. So does she know that? And Janet goes, well, either way, someone who makes up something or like takes something that she thinks is true and runs to someone else. And like, I'm not talking at the time and repeats it. That's not a friend to me. I'm like, you literally are going around talking about Danny is drinking. So
me is supposed to be your friend. So yeah, that's the thing with Janet. She's just like, she doesn't even give the hypocrisy time to grow. She just does it like in the next 5 minutes. And I say
that as someone who actually does think Danny was being kind of weird with that whole closet thing. Even though the booze was in there, I wasn't as like horrified by Janet saying that it was a weird thing that he did that. But even me being a little bit more in the gray area on that, I'm still like, Janet, you realize you talk shit about everyone. So it's just like, that happens. It comes around. What goes around comes around. Just like a bottle cap in the sand. It always resurfaces.
Just like Janet. Maybe under the sand, but it's always fucking there. God, looking at the clip, she's been in this show for years, like decades. She's been on these shows. So Kristen, Luke, and Jasmine come, and Kristen is walking in, just kind of like Kristen, like
getting tossed by the wind.
Are you surfing with your feet?
She really has mastered ragdoll mechanics. Flopping, blowing Kristen in the wind. She's basically like a windsock.
In the wind.
Go. Today is going to be a shit show. It's cold. It's windy. Jasmine's over Janet. I'm over Janet. Do you remember about Jason taking his ring off? Janet was fine with it, Brittany's party. But now I heard from a little birdie, a.k.a. Sheena, that Janet is talking shit. I mean, I bring up the ring rumor about her and Jason. Well, stop talking about Danny and Nia, and I won't have to come for you.
Also, can we just say that the messiest person here is Sheena? And she still doesn't even get any lines on this show. They're like, okay, you can make your enchiladas. But Sheena's made all the drama for this episode. All of it.
She's a pro. So Jasmine shows up. She says hi to Brittany, but does not say hi to Jason. And then Luke is trying to put together chairs and everything. And Jasmine's saying, Brittany said that Janet is demanding an apology. And all I can think is Janet can shove that apology up her ass because she's not getting one from me. I didn't start anything. So why am I apologizing? For what? And I didn't bring it to you again. So what am I apologizing for?
Okay. So last week, Kristen said, I heard this rumor from Zach. And then it was then confirmed by Jasmine. So I think what she's doing is she's avoiding going for people that she knows will decimate her. She's not going to come for Kristen because she did already, but calmly, and Kristen handled her professionally. And she's not going to come for Zach because she's afraid of Zach. So she's going to go for Jasmine. She sees Jasmine as an easier target.
I think that's what it is. So Jasmine's just sitting there. They're like all sitting in a circle, but Jasmine's just kind of like not talking to them, ignoring them and everything. And Brittany, meanwhile, has some news. She's like, hey, I got a hot date after this. Why do you think I'm so dressed up? Hey, does anyone have a spare bottle cap I can wear as an earring tonight?
Brittany, I don't think anybody even thought you were so dressed up. Have you seen how you dress? I don't think anybody is even questioning what's going on anymore. At some point in a friendship, you just have to accept. It's like they're past the grief stage and they're just on to acceptance now. You know what I mean? So Jasmine's like, oh yeah, he's so hot. He's like so hot. I've seen him before. He's like so hot. And she's going to date her rental, but she might as well get some use out of that thing. So Michelle's like, so what are you doing with that metal detector? What are you doing with that metal detector, Janet? And she's like, yeah, it's a metal detector. I'm wacky Janet. Duh.
It's like beeping incessantly around Michelle. Sorry, I am 95% a robot. So Jason's like, yeah, there were a lot of metals around here. Janet had her metal detector all around this fire pit. It's really loaded, like lots of really interesting metals. They're like, oh, wow, great story, Jason.
Yeah, maybe you're going to be like one of those people who lose their wedding rings and stuff. And Janet's like, yeah, maybe Jason took his ring off. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, ring drama. And everyone's like, oh, God. Everyone just kind of, the people she's going for just kind of roll their eyes as her sword like just falls flat. It's like, no one takes the bait. So Brittany's like, well, this ain't fun. Let's play truth or dare. All right, someone dare me to dress up. I did it. What did I win?
Brock's like, well, why we want to play truth or dare? And Kristen's like, oh, I'm not playing truth or dare with this fucking group of people. Are you out of your goddamn mind?
So Jasmine's like, I don't want to stay here. Let's go, Kristen. So they walk off, and meanwhile, everybody plays truth or dare. And Jasmine is like, I'm not doing this. And then she makes these little comments like, oh, the ring, take the ring off. I mean, bitch, say what you're going to say to my face. If you're going to say it to my face, say it right now. Come on, do it. Come for me.
Kristen, why do you have a crab in your mouth? Well, I sort of got carried away. I did the dare anyway.
I didn't even hear the dare, but I figured that would be it, so you did it. Ow.
Guess who's wearing a starfish now? Me, on my head. I love a dare. Can't help it. Let's never forget the flower in the traffic median that she ate.
Well, that's funny. The flower, I forgot about that, actually. Where was
She's
that?
like
That
already
was in like the wine trip. The wine
yeah,
trip.
she does the truth or dare dares on spec. Well, I know this will come in handy someday, so I'll just do my dare now.
Beat in the crosswalk, nailed it.
Just gonna write that down. And
so we go to truth or dare, and they're like, oh my God, guys, where is the craziest sex that Janet has ever had with Jason? She's like, obviously, missionary in bed with Jason. Everybody just forget about that part in Vanderpump Rules where I was trying to have a threesome with that waiter that got fired that was in Sheena's music video.
Wait, Janet was part of that?
Yes, Janet was the one that was trying to have a threesome with, not Max, what was the other guy's name? Brett. Yeah.
From New Jersey.
Yeah.
The Finding Dory guy.
Yeah. So now Janet's like a Mormon, she's like a not Mormon. What was I going to say? Because that show's changed the Mormon outlook, that Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. The like the Orville Redenbacher.
They've taken down the
patriarchy. What are they called?
Orville, what?
Not crackers. Quakers, yeah. Who make crackers. But yeah. Oh yeah, the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. They're like, yeah, we're fighting the patriarchy. We're dancing.
So Jasmine's like, you know what? I'm not getting out of my neck. I'm not going to do this. And Kristen's like, just don't say anything, Rika. Say nothing at all during the truth or dare. Whatever you do, caca, don't do a thing. Don't move a muscle. She's like, I mean, there's like a time and a place for everything, They're like working themselves into a tizzy, but they're doing it loudly so everyone can hear that they're mad nearby.
Yeah. And they're doing it right by the group, So then the next thing is, how big is Brock's deck? And we've all seen Brock in a Speedo, so I'm going to go ahead and say Ken doll. But Sheena's like, like it's not really about the length. Like it's not like as big as like a Southwest plane, but it's like girthy. It's like... It's a girth. It's like an enchilada, but like a short enchilada.
Oh, well, that was not on the question list. And Sheena's like, yeah, by the way, one time I got hemorrhoids because we did anal sex. So I had hemorrhoids. And then one time when I got real hemorrhoids, I was like, I know what that is. Hemorrhoids.
Oh, nice. So then she talks about how she also got hemorrhoids after she had Summer. She's like, oh my God, you know what? You know what they put on the weight when Summer came out? They said she's girthy ounces.
We almost named her Preparation H, but then we thought, let's call her Summer.
This is the first time I've ever told people that Summer came out of my butt. Kristen's like, get out of the truth, Sheena. That's how to do it. I just said a metal detector. Beep. Beep.
Michelle, do you want to do a truth or dare? I knew this bitch was gonna call me. Okay, the answer is Rob Reiner. Okay.
Okay, so Brock's like, I'm 100% a grower, not a shower. So then, let's see. Okay, so we go to more scenes of beach day. So now Kristen and Jasmine finally return, and it's time for the fire and s'mores. And Jasmine is teaching Kristen how to make a s'more. And Jason's like, what are we going to do, Janet? You told me I'm supposed to come for it today. So when do you want me to do it? Should we do it now? We should do it while there's still sunlight out. We lose ground in the dark. should we do?
Janet's like, I'm really concerned because I do feel like we should confront Jasmine about this situation, but I also feel like we should confront Kristen about the fact that she doesn't know how to make a s'more.
She didn't even put a corn tortilla and an egg on it. So I'm not really sure. Where does the cheese go? So yeah, like, here's the thing. Like, it's not up to us to initiate conversations about fights we're making up in our own head that ended last week. So they need to come talk to us, and they don't give a shit. And he's like, well, maybe something's lost in the grapevine. Let's go directly to the source. Okay, let's do it, Janet. Do you ready? She's like, I need another minute to manufacture all the rage that almost murdered my mother. Okay, let's do it.
I need another minute just to see if Kristen can make that s'mores. Okay. And she is somehow applying chocolate in between two Fleetwood Mac albums. Why is she burning those albums over the fire?
Why is she trying to pull out a record player and play Ham? The ham doesn't even go on the s'more. What is she doing over there?
So then they're like, okay, we're going to do it. So they walk up and he's like, hey, Jasmine, do you have like a second? I want to talk to you about something. Okay. And he says, I don't want people's impression of me to be that I'm this dirtbag who goes out cruising for chicks. I mean, and for Jasmine to be the one who put that out there in the first place, that's really hurtful. I'm like, honestly, I would prefer that as your reputation versus a Jax apologist, which is what we see from you later on. So
yes, honestly, you're holding up Jax and Janet. You're the worst. Like, you're one of the worst people on this show because everyone else is at least honest. You're just a fucking wuss. You're just a wuss who hides his real intentions. Like, I can't with you. At least everybody else has some stones in this group. Gross. And also, she never said you were a dirtbag who was cruising for chicks. She said she heard you didn't wear your wedding ring. That's not really that bad. So he's like, well, listen, Jasmine, I'm just confused about some stuff. She goes, yeah. Well, what do you want to know? And he goes, well, what's going on? She goes, okay, the ring thing, I heard it years ago. I didn't care then. I don't care now. Okay. And Janet's
How many years?
How many years?
Let me finish, Janet. Okay, you're not going to cut me up because I know that's what you do. And Janet's like, let's go. Okay, come on. Done. You know what? I'm done. Done. We're not doing this. I was like, oh God, this is going to be one of these fights where the fight then becomes about being interrupted instead of the actual issue at hand.
Yes, and Janet's going to be called on her shit, and so she's immediately going to leave. So that's what she tries to do. So Jason's like, stay, and we get to, let me talk, Janet. No, wait. No, you're yelling at me. You're yelling at me. And she's like, I'm just talking, Janet. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just yelling now because because you walked away. That's why I'm yelling now. And she's like, okay, well, all she did was ask a follow-up question, and that's totally allowed. She asked a follow-up question in a very accusatory way with a lot of judgment, but that's okay.
I'll allow it. She's like, I just asked a question and now you're yelling at me, and please don't use the term microaggression with me because I have no idea what that is. I have not been living in the past decade. So.
Jasmine's like, no, you said let's go. She goes, well, because I asked you a question. Jason goes, wait, you're being defensive right now, Janet. Which you can just say you're being Janet right now.
And Jasmine's like, I'm talking to Jason. Just let me talk to Jason, Janet. Just let me talk to Jason. And he's like, well, don't be so defensive. And she goes, well, where did you hear about it? And she goes, from a group of friends. Who? Well, I'm not a snitch, okay? I'm not going to snitch on people. And there was like something going on. Like Melissa heard it too. Like Melissa heard it. So like, sorry, am I allowed to snitch on Melissa? Like, we're going to be married. I can snitch on her, right? But like literally a lot of people heard it. Like, we didn't care.
So you heard this rumor 2 years ago and then you just sat on it? She's like, no, listen, the fact that it was brought up, like, that sucks. But I'm telling you for a fact, I did not believe it then and I don't believe it now. Okay. And he's like, but like, it was brought up and that sucks. Like, what does that mean? Well, I'm just saying it was brought up and that's it.
That sucks. What are you not understanding, Jason? She didn't bring it up. You can't yell at somebody for hearing something. She heard it. She didn't say it. You're not even accusing her of saying it. Like, yeah. How is this her fault?
Yeah, exactly. And so then Janet's like, you brought it up to Kristen. She's like, well, whatever. The fact that it was brought up, I don't even care anymore. She's like, well, you brought it up. Janet, I need you to shut up right now. Okay, you know what, Jasmine? All right, fine. I'm going to go. That's it. That's too much for me.
Yeah, Kristen never said she brought it up. You're making this shit up just to start a fight. So she's like, I'm not going to get loud all right now. And Janet goes, go ahead, get loud. And Jason's like, listen, no one needs to get loud, okay? No one needs to get loud. And Janet's like, that's why he was defending you, right? And she's like, I'm trying to talk to you, but she's like, I cannot talk to Janet. I cannot talk to Janet. I will not do this, okay?
And she's like, Janet, you've been a shitty ass friend. You're a fucking vibe killer. You're exhausting. You give Karen energy and I'm fucking done with it. And Janet's like, oh, my mother almost just died.
Janet, who comes over, accuses somebody of something, keeps her foot on their neck, calls him defensive, does every other thing, stop yelling at me, every other thing. You call her a Karen and boom, she's done. It's like deflated.
Then Jason does this whole thing. He's like, were you not at our home for the 4th of July holding our baby? Oh, God, I'm sure no one cared about holding the baby.
Yeah, and by the way, you're fucking welcome. Why are you acting like you're doing me a favor? I had to go eat your shitty hot dog casserole and hold your fucking snotty kid who's always trying to tie a rope around my neck for some reason. Janet. Your scarf-addicted child.
Scarf-addicted. That child's gonna grow up in a house with a very low hood. Okay, it's gonna have a strange perspective on life.
That kid's gonna have everywhere. A dent in his head in college. They're gonna be like, "Don't throw your cap in the air. You've got a dent in your head. Keep the cap on. Keep it on."
So anyway, they're just basically yelling at each other, and now it's turned into a thing of like, but you were my friend, because Jason's like, I looked out for you. I've looked out for you forever, and Jem's like, I know you have, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about her right now. It's like, you broke my heart. I've always looked at you like a sister.
Shut up. And she did protect you. She never brought up the rumor that you didn't wear your wedding ring on camera. That is protecting you.
Yes, exactly. And he keeps on doing that. You broke my heart. Okay, settle down, Al Pacino. You broke my heart.
You broke my heart. You cut me to the core. So my mom used to say whenever we would fight when I'm a teenager, you cut me to the core, kid. You cut me to the core. I loved you with every ounce of my being, and core is cut. Got it. I've got it. Got it.
Congratulations, you've reached the end of part 1 of a 2-part recap. For part 2, go look for the recap that says part 2. See you over there, suckers.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
It's always a party on Allison Block.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster.
She can run my country. It's Angie McGovern.
It's always automatic with Ashley Otto. Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Etchels.
We never miss her call. It's Diane Call.
Aaron McNicholas. She don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones.
I go, you go, we all go for Hugo.
Jamie. She has no last namey.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B.
Bringing the funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McHenry. We love her on the rocks. It's Melissa Cox. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson. Tastier than Flanderson, it's Rachel Manderson.
She sure is swell. It's Raquel.
Yes, we canna, it's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman.
Let's share with Sharon Eldridge.
The Bay Area Betches. Betches.
And our super premium sponsors. She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides. Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs.
Who, what, why, where, and Gwen Pentland.
It's our queen. It's Queen Laifah.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
Hail the Cork Master, the Master of the Cork, Jennifer Corcoran. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
She gets an A, it's Kelly B.
We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley. We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron.
She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy.
Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose.
We're on the floor with Molly Dorsett. There's a chance of meatballs, it's Rebecca Cloud.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
It's always a good time when you're wasting time with Bravo.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.